Hello there all, it is K-Rod here, back at it with another video for the Cyber Sector Initiative Zone. Sorry that it's been a while, but had some things to do, but I'm definitely back at it. I have a lot of good content to bring to the channel to expand the knowledge platform for this channel. But yeah, we got some CompTia learning labs for those of you that are going for the Security Plus exam. But these are some good labs to put as like a profile, portfolio builder. So I like to have this as like a good demonstration for those that are watching for some good content. So this lab that I'll be showing you is the CompTia Security Plus Challenge Lab, where you basically do network incident investigation and remediation. And basically, this is a pretty good lab to just test like your skills. But there's plenty of other labs that I'm going to be putting onto like the channel just to have it on here. So I'm having this lab load up right now, and then once it's loaded up, then I'm going to get right to it, and then we're going to get this done. And then I'm probably going to do maybe two more, or probably just one, just to start out, and then I'm just gonna work my way down. So, all right, so stay tuned. I'm gonna have this coming up soon. I'm gonna pause the video. All right, so here we are. This is the challenge lab that is presented to us. So, right here, as I have this shown out to you, what we are doing for these challenge labs is that we're just going to be going through like a series of certain challenges that's going to be thrown at us, and then once we get that done, we're just going to go all the way to the finishing point, and then I'll basically just break everything down, and then this should be pretty simplified. This isn't really difficult to me per se, but for those of you that are probably struggling in this, I can definitely get you guys, worked out to get this done. So yeah, let's get this completed, and then, we'll break it down. All right, so for this first step, we have to go to Security Onion, which this is our OS that we're working with through the VM on the desktop. We have to open this file called Traffic PCAP. So this is going to be shown through Wireshark. So you just double click on that, and then what it'll do is that it's going to pop up Wireshark, and then we're going to have to find a packet list pane that's going to be identifying a external IP address that is a potential suspicious threat within the network traffic. So as you see here, there's numbers within these packets that we're going to be analyzing. And as you scroll down, there is going to be this record here that's going to be displaying all your source IP addresses and then the destination that it's going to. As you see right here, this is the potential threat malicious actor that could be the potential culprit that we are trying to go for. So now that we found this, we can suspect that what we are seeing here in this particular example, that this address 7530.5.55 could be our external IP address. So I'm going to enter that into this box here, and then we're going to see what's going to happen. And we should be correct. Yes, we are correct. Okay, so after we got that done, we're going to switch over to Windows Server 2019 VM. After we do this, we have to display the document IPv4 address of the Windows server. So what we do right here is that we have to, hold on, give me 1 second. I just have to figure this out real quick. Okay, I'm back. So basically what you have to do here is, yeah, disregard that dialog box that popped up. So what you have to do here is that you have to go into your command prompt. I like to run this as a administrator. As you have this popped up, you have to find the IP address of your Windows server that's configured. So all you have to do is go to your CMD, put in this command here, ipconfig, and then this should pop up your IPv4 address. That's your source address of like what your IPv4 address of the Windows server is. So that will be 10.10.1.5, and that should be your correct answer. I'm going to put that in there, and that should be correct. Alright, so the next step is you have to display the active connections of the ports of which the computer is listening. So what you do from here is that I believe you put in netstat, and let me put that down. This is going to be your potential threat actor. So it's asking to list the port at which the attack has occurred on, But if you want to see like the whole list of ports, I believe you have to put in task list. This shows you everything that you need to see. So this software right here, WinTools.exe, that's the potential malicious software that could be running on your device that could potentially be compromising your security. And hold on, give me 1 second. I just need to look something up real quick to find another source of information. So give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. So basically, I did everything correctly. Basically, once you're trying to find the potential port that you're trying to discover to see where the attack is coming from, this is the port number that you're looking at. This is the port that's going to be displayed on this end of your VM off of the Windows server. But if you want to look more in depth into that, you just go into your security onion right here, and then you could see that the TCP protocol that's making the connection with this unwanted malicious actor, that is going to the source destination IP port of 1337, which that is basically sequencing the executive command of the computer that's being hacked by this potential remote actor threat that is potentially compromising the I guess the system user. So that's pretty much what would be showcasing the potential issue. So as we go back here, if you want to look at it more in depth, it's just showing you the foreign IP address that connection is coming from. Um, that's being in control of the local IP address through the TCP protocol. So for this particular situation, we put in 1337. That's going to be our port number. That should be correct. And yes, I am correct. So now we have to check for unauthorized accounts, and we have to find the user of this account. So what we do from here is that once we have our information of what we need to see, we have to put in this command right here, which I have already done it, but I'm going to do it again. It's net users, and here we go. Now what you see right here is that you see a suspicious username that's written as administrator, but it's not correctly written as the word administrator. As you can see right here, I have it highlighted. This is not written correctly, so that clearly means that is the administrator hacked. Well, this is the disguise, hacker that's trying to gain access to the administrator account properties to give themselves full access to break into the computer security system. So this is the user account that was able to wiggle its way into the I guess the security settings and give itself administrator access to be successful. So I'm going to write this name, and this is our potential malicious actor that is trying to that's trying to give itself access to get it to become anonymous into the computer of the Windows Server 2019. So I wrote that down. I'm going to get my answer checked, and I am correct. Okay, so the next step is that we have to review the running applications, which I've already done this, but I'm going to write it out again. You have to just put in task list. This is going to showcase all of your running active applications. That's going to that's going to showcase everything. So just type in task list, and that should show everything. And as you scroll all the way down, there is a suspicious application by the name of WinTools.exe. So that is our target application that's going to become a potential threat that is taking advantage of the like basically that's the malicious software that is harming your computer. That could be the reason of how this threat actor was able to gain access and basically do what they wanted to do from the initial standpoint of the potential incident. So I'm going to write WinTools. Don't put an exe. You have to actually put the actual word in. It's a little bit difficult to read because you don't know if it's uppercase or lowercase. So I think it's capital WIN, and then you do T, and then you put the number 0, and then you put capital O, and then you put LS. So that should be our answer, and I am correct. Yes, sir. All right, so now that we have that done, now we go off to the questions, and the questions right here showcase which packet number does the attack start. We already know that from our Wireshark information. As you see right here, it is started on number 28 of the packet, listen, and this shows us our information of the potential actor that came into place. So the answer is 28 for the packet number of where the attack had started. So we have that, and then after that, we have this question here. Give me 1 second. I'll be answering it soon. All right, I'm back. So the protocol, um, yeah, this question is asking what protocol is being used in the attack. For this answer, we're going to be putting out TCP, and the reason why is because when you see this connection, it is being ran under a TCP protocol connection. So that should be the right answer for this potential attack. Yep, and we are correct. All right, we're going to move forward. So right now we have to go back to the Windows 2019 VM. We have to examine the Windows security logs to determine if any unauthorized user accounts were created in the server machine. So we have to document our findings and find the information. So right here we have to right click and we have to click on Event Viewer. Yep, we got it right here. So just minimize this. You know, don't worry about that yet. We might have to use that somewhere down the road. I don't think we have to, but from what I know in my previous experience, I think I didn't need to do that for this particular challenge. So right here we have to go to Windows Logs, and then we have to click on Security, and then after we have that, we have to go to the action panes, and we have to click on this button here, Filter Current Log. And then in the box right here where it says all event IDs, we have to type in 4720. Once we have that, click OK. That should show you everything that is to be recorded out of that particular event. But unfortunately, that does not show us everything that we need to see. So in order to find what we need to see, we need to find the right information of what we are trying to look for. And I believe that there is a different event ID number that we have to look for. Give me 1 second. I just have to retrace like my steps of like where exactly like I found it. Okay, I'm back. So I know what I need to do. So basically, what we had tried to do is that we were trying to find the logs through this portion of the security logs right here, where if you did let the filter current log and then I put in this event 4720, it's not going to pop anything up because there wasn't anything recorded at that time frame. Because even if I did do that and I cleared out let the filter, and let's just say I did let the same thing to put in anything for 4720, nothing wasn't popping up at all. But however, there was a saved log that shows you the information of the attacker that did log in from security 10-18 file. So you click on this and then you just do the same thing. I'm going to put in 4720 right here, and as you can see our record file is right here, and I'm going to make sure that it's clicked correctly. After you have that clicked on, you click on details, and this will show you everything of our potential target user that tried to gain access into the administrator properties of the security framework of the computer. This is the name that I mentioned before, administrator with the 1 in it. So basically, the user, he was able to log in at a particular time frame as of October 18th of 2023 around 2:55 p.m. And yeah, he was able to gain access at that time. And this is exactly what we needed to document what we need to find. So now that we have that, that basically gave us what we need to find. But we weren't able to do that with this particular method of just going into the event viewer log and then just putting on like the data just to say like, okay, give us 4720 of anything that matches that value, but that obviously didn't show anything, so we weren't able to do what we needed to do because it didn't give us like, the right information. So yeah, this is exactly what we needed for our particular information that we needed. All you have to do is just go into the save logs and click on this file right here, and then this will give you everything that we need to do in order to proceed forward. Okay, so click next, and now we have to go to Security Onion, and now we have to examine the TCP stream to find the information of the like attacker. So now that we're here, we have to select one of the packets that show the IP address of 10.10.1.5 and the destination address of 75.30.555. So that's packet number 28 that showcases all that information in front of us. Now we have to examine what exactly happened in this particular address. So now what we need to do, we have to retrieve the IP address from the security onion VM and compare it to the PCAP details. So what we do from here, give me 1 second, I just have to find the particular information noted down. Okay, I'm back. So what you do from here, before we even get into what we need to do in Wireshark, you go right here and we need to find our terminal. So this is going to be a little bit tough for us. Actually, yeah, just click on this button right here, Applications, hit Terminal, and then once we are loaded up, we have to put an ifconfig, and then this will show us everything that we need to do. Now, we need to look at ENS32 for the IP address. So what we do right here, just to make this simpler for us, click on that search bar icon and then type in ENS32. That should give us our information of the IP address that we need to find. And it seems right here, this is our answer, which is 10.10.1.55. I'm going to try to put that in to see if I am correct, and I believe I am. And let's see if that works. That should give us the right answer. Yes, sir, we got it. Okay, so after we have that, we have to now do another task, which I'm going to break that down soon. And give me 1 second. Before we do that, we have to answer these questions. So, what type of encryption is being used on the compromised data? The answer is none, because no encryption was ever used at all, because we were able to see the information right in front of us. So, yeah, there's nothing that was ever used within the encryption side of the compromised data that was shown to us at all. So I'm going to click on none, and yes, we are correct. Now the next question is a little bit tricky. Which of the following based on the exploit is the malware type? So before I do that, I'm going to show you what exactly that we need to do in this step. Now you see right here within this packet that I have right here, right click this, and then you have to follow the TCP stream. Once you do this, this gives you everything that you need to see. And as you can see right here, there's a lot of information, and it will show you exactly what this attack was. And what was shown within this TCP stream is that this is a level of spyware. And how the spyware was able to come through is that as you see the TCP information being transmitted through the numerical sequences, it was sending out data to the attacker, where the attacker was able to anonymously attack the source IP address, that being 10.10.1.5, to give itself anonymous ability to not be seen. And I think with the WinTools application that was downloaded onto this particular computer, that's where the hacker was able to get its way to be successful in order to get this like attack successful. But as you can see here, you can look at the data right here, where all this data is like all jumbled up and it looks like all broken. You can see that this data is like basically, you know, I just call it scribble language, but in certain cases, I guess it's kind of like I don't know. I guess it's like bad scripting code, maybe something in that particular department. I'm not too sure what the right answer would be for that, because I never really heard, like I never really like understood, like a proper term for it. But this is pretty much just like broken code that probably the attacker had, made up in order to give itself the ability to gain access. But as you can see here, it gives you like all the information that we need to see. You can break it down through the transmission control protocol. It gives you all the information that you need to see of like what was sent out, how much data that was being brought out for the network to respond to the source address information, the ports, making sure that everything was being connected in the right framework. But yeah, like it shows you everything, and that's the great thing about Wireshark. Wireshark gives you a lot of good, a lot of good informational details that you need to see if you're trying to hunt out certain information for potential hackers, or just anybody that logs into systems overall within your technology environment. So therefore, you can make those like those thinking theories to find out what the potential criminal aspect of what was like occurred during the incident like alone. So yeah, now that we have that, I'm going to go back to what I initially did. I'm going to follow this. I'm going to hit TCP stream. This is going to show us everything that we need to break down sooner, later down throughout with the rest of this challenge lab. So I'm going to click on spyware, and that should be our answer. Yes, sir. So, the exploit of this malware that was exposed was a spyware. So now that we are done, we have to review our notes to determine the data classification of the malicious data. So basically, like what we need to do is that we need to find the information of where this data was coming from through its source file location. So now that we have this, I'm gonna leave this there because there's gonna be like a question to this part where we have to find a particular information of what got exploited from this like attacker that was trying to break in to this potential I guess like a network like a victim user. So I'm going to get this minimized and give me 1 second. I just have like my notes here of like the next task, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So the next task that we have to do is that we have to go into our task manager on the Windows Server 2019, and what we do from here is that we have to find the destination file source location, and once we do that, that's going to give us our answer of what we need to put down in this box here. So we have to find we have to find this software called WinTools, this software that I mentioned earlier. So we right click on this and then we click on Open File Location, and this will show us everything that we need to see. And as you can see here, this was downloaded on the users / admin / download / dist folder. So I'm going to put that right here to type it out. So do capital C, do double colon, and then you do / users / admin / downloads, and then / dist, and that should be our answer. Yes, sir, we are done. Okay. So now that we have that, we have to go back to Security Onion, and we have to answer these questions right here of what was being exploited. So this question right here is a pretty, you know, it's pretty tricky, but it's not really hard. So what we do from here is that we have to find the information of what was being exploited. So as we could see here that the attacker, they were trying to go after, I guess, like customer information of trying to steal maybe financial records to try to like hack people's social security or potentially their names, and then getting maybe something to deal with where they live. But as you can see here, it's going to give us everything that we need to see. And once we get up to this level, we can see that the information that is being compromised could potentially be the customer names, the addresses, and the social security numbers. So how do we determine this? Let's take a look at this person right here, Curtis Bajelin. And this individual has some good information here for a potential criminal hacker that is trying to get their information. And it says right here that this person has a address where they live on South Mawa Avenue in Eugene, Oregon. Then and then it potentially shows you their street address and their social security information, and obviously their name. So I'm gonna go with social security numbers, customer names, and then I'm gonna go with customer addresses, and we should be good to go. So now that we have that, we are correct. So the next question is going to be which of the following, let's just say, which of what the following is the data classification that's being exfiltrated? Um, I believe for this question we have PII. PII would be the right answer because what ends up happening in this particular situation is that the attacker that is trying to gain your information to hunt you down, they are trying to find the most valuable information that they could use up against you. And usually for this particular scenario, it would have to be PII because this is exactly what attackers would want to do if they're trying to get like a big hit on you. So, in my mind, if I was a criminal, this is exactly what you would do if you're trying to go after like high level data in order to give yourself the advantage to to be successful in your criminal, you know, criminal ideals, whether you're doing like a heist financially or you're just trying to find people's information to take advantage of them to steal their identity. So PII should be our answer. Yes, sir. So we are correct. So now that we have that, we have to disable the unauthorized user account for this particular situation. So what we do from here is that we have to go into our user settings under Windows Server 2019. So we have to go to the account settings, and then we should be able to find it here. So I'm going to click on Windows Server 2019. We have to click on the Start menu right here, and then we have to click on the profile, and then we have to click yeah, so click on Start menu. I'm sorry. Click on click on the Start blue you know, square box, and then click on your little profile little thing right here, and then click on Change Account Settings. And then once you're done with this, you're going to go to Other Users, and then you see this right here for your user administrator. This is like the hacker's like account. You you left click to click on this, and you're supposed to click on remove, but let's not do that because I don't think this is going to give us like the full answer. So I'm going to shrug off of this, and then we're going to go into server manager. So server manager should give us the proper details. So once we do that, we have to go into computer management. And then once we're here, we have to go ahead and I believe we have to click on local users and groups. And then once we're here to this section, double click on users, and then we see administrator right here. I think you have to go to the properties first. So hold on, give me 1 second. I'm just trying to make sure that my tracks are correct on this. So give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. So once we're here, once you come into computer management and you click on local users and groups, and then you click on the users folder that you double click, you right click this, you click on properties, and then as you see this box right here under the general tab, click on this button right here, account is disabled. This automatically disables the user's like account permissions where the hacker was trying to gain access to have full administrator access permissions. So once you do that, click OK, and that should be good to go. We should be good to go from there. And I believe after that, we should just check our work and we should be good to go. So let's see if we're correct. I believe we are. So we should be correct here. And yes, sir, we are done. Okay, so after that, we have to end the malicious program. And we have to find this program right here, Win Tools. So once we are done with this, let's just I'll just keep this minimized because we might have to go back to it, but I don't think so. So once we're done with this, we have to go back to Task Manager, and we have to go find the WinTools software. And then once we find it, we have to just disable it. So I believe once we go into it, um, we have to just go find it and then just end the task. So I see it right here. Once you're here, right click, click on end task, and that should automatically have it disabled from your computer. And it should be good to go. I should be correct here. Let's see if it works. Yes, sir, we are done. Okay. So now that we have that done, we have these questions here. Which of the following is the Windows application that could be used to determine if the exploit resurfaces? Um, yeah, this should be the task manager because that's definitely like the better way to find out where we need to find our potential exploits. So that should be the right answer. Task manager. Okay, we are correct. Okay, so now the next steps are to um, hold on. Um, hold on, give me 1 second. Yeah, I just want to make sure everything's processed correctly. Okay, so now we have to make sure that we get these two tasks done. We have to verify the malicious application that was terminated. We have to use this, how should I say, we have to go into our PowerShell and we have to do a little bit of coding. So, for those of you that are coding, tech wizards out here or tech warriors, we're going to get into some, to some coding stuff. So I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna click that little search icon, and then we click on Windows PowerShell. I'll run it as a admin just to be on the safe side. So once we're here, we have to just click this little text box here to write and load the code. This will get our process to see where the application is under WinTools. I click that, hit enter, and that should show that it cannot find a process within the name WinTools and then it says verify the process name and call the CMD. Yeah, that's the CMD command line, execution. So that does seem to be that the program is no longer active. So that seems to be completely taken out. So now that we're done with that, we have to go over to our security onion. So we click on this little blue button here. Once we're done with that, we have to go ahead and go to Wireshark, and we have to go ahead and find our particular resource. And also another thing, if you're trying to log back in, just go back here to your resources. This gives you your login information of what you need to do. So you put that in here and click on the enter button after that's put in. And yeah, that should be good to go. So I'm going to close this out, and then I'm going to restart up Wireshark, and then I'm going to click on Capture Start and make sure everything is good to go. So I'm going to go to my favorites or accessories. I think it's under it's under internet. So click on applications, go over to the internet tab, and then you see Wireshark right here. Right click on it, or left click on it to start it up. And then once we're done with that, we have to go over here to ENS32. That should be our correct, that should be our filter that we're going to start everything. So give me 1 second. I just need to verify that. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. So what we do from here, we have to go to ENS32. Double click on this. This will start the capture. So now that the capture is actively going, we have to verify that this is going on. What we do from here, we're just going to let this run for 10 seconds, but I'm going to put in this command here, which is IP address equal sign. This isn't going to be the right one to put in. So you do IP address space double equals, and then you put in the hacker's destination IP address, which was 75.30. Yeah, 75.30, and then .5.55, and then that should showcase everything that we need to see. And then as that is processing, that should show everything that we need to see here. And it looks like there is nothing going on as the packets are building up. So I'm going to stop this right here, and we should be good to go. So This is to tell us that we need to review the PCAP to verify there are no packets that 75.30.5. Yeah, yeah. So basically, there should be no records that show that 75.30.5.55 packets are being sent out to that particular IP address for the destination. And as you can see here, well, I can't really show you the image, but there's like an image right here that you could click on that will show you everything that you need to see. But if you were able to see that as I clicked on that, then just basically just go back to that image and just click on it, and then that will give you the information. But from this point on, this should show you no information popping up for the hacker's IP-like address that was going out to the destination of 75.30.5.55. So from that point on, we should be good to go. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That is a win in our books, and this was a pretty good challenge. Very challenging. This gives you a lot of great thinking skills, and definitely have to say this is definitely definitely worth to do. And I would definitely highly suggest to do these labs because these labs are very good to help you build job building skills. And I think this is very good to showcase good level demonstrations of like how to figure out these these potential situations that happens within a cybersecurity framework or just anywhere within the level of just IT alone, whether you're at home and then you see like a particular situation like this that goes down. This is very this is very valuable information, to to learn. So yeah, I just wanted to bring this video out to showcase, more knowledge and to upscale my knowledge to help you guys out. So hope you guys enjoy this video. Be sure to like, rate, comment, and share this video around. And yes, sir. I believe that's about it. This is a cyber sector initiative zone. Thank you guys for watching, and yes, thank you, and have a good day. I got more videos coming out, and be sure to stay tuned. All right, thank you. Bye.